Hello, good evening, Dr. Ward and classmates. My name is Marivir Montibon, and this is my presentation for our class in conflict analysis and transformation. It's about the South China Sea. The South China Sea is a potential place for war or peace, and the claimants are China, the Philippines, Taiwan, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Brunei. China used the nine-dash line to claim 90% of the territory at the South China Sea. Now, this is without legal basis according to the UN Permanent Court of Arbitration. Each country has 200 kilometers EEZ or exclusive economic zone. So from its shoreline, you can claim that much as your territorial waters. So here that you see the Hainan province, which has a red dot, that's as far as how China can claim its territorial water. But then it reached to the edge of Malaysia. So China drew 9 dashes of lines from the shore of Hainan Island, that tiny red island, until the edge of the sea, the South China Sea in Malaysia. So on Paracel Islands, Scarborough Shoal, and Spratly Islands, China made oil explorations and created naval and air facilities. Chinese vessels also fire at small fishermen from the Philippines, Malaysia, or Vietnam whenever they are somewhere in the territory. And the Philippines, as you see there, you see a pink dots. Those are tiny islands of the Sulu province, and so they have claim to partly of the Spratlys as well as Malaysia, and then on the upper part, the Philippines also has a claim on the Scarborough Shoal. And so the UN in 2013 actually ruled that the ground waters of South China Sea is common or owned by humanity, as we quote Philippine Justice Antonio Carpio, who took part actively in the claim for the Philippine territory in this contested area. So, but China is so powerful, and it's able to finance itself for oil explorations and other projects within the area, and they just pay off the other countries. And so it's like giving the money, and so just the word is just to shut up and get, receive the money that we're giving you. So that's how the power play is at the South China Sea. And the Philippines raised this issue before the International Tribunal, and it won. It won in 2016, saying that the West Philippine Sea is indeed a territory of the Philippines. All the other ASEAN countries supported the Philippines, although they did not take part in the filing of case. But they have time and again issued statements um, criticizing China for its incursions. Despite all this, like repeated calls to sit down and stop your incursing into this territory, China has never listened. And it is important that this community of water is shared, because this is a navigational pass to India, and then to Middle East, and then Africa. This is where you go through. And so aside from being an important source of marine life, it is also a navigational passage, and monopoly of access means monopoly of power. So what is really at stake here? It's world peace. The South China Sea is the staging ground of China's military dominance. It has established naval and air power in the region in a silent and relentless way. So, aside from being a strategic navigational gateway, it is also important for peace. Peace is important in the South China Sea because it's the receiving room. It's like the receiving room of a house. Everybody has to go through it so that you can access to the living room, you can go to other parts of the house. So that's how strategic the South China Sea is. And therefore, everybody in the world should take a look at it and take a serious consideration that what's at stake isn't only sovereignty rights and especially protection of the environment, and but also peace for the entire world. So we hope that we will be able to cooperate in this region. And so, other than the claimants, the other countries that have taken position about on the South China Sea are Australia and Japan, and also the U.S. And I believe that the U.S. must um, be present in this region so that to create a situation of peace and deterrence in the area, and also most of all protection of marine life and the very precious resources in this region, because it's a 90% source of flora and fauna for the world is in this region of the southeast South China Sea. And so as a mediator, I'm looking at the the challenge is to make China sit on the mediation table and discuss ways to protect the environment and provide access to everyone. And I see that the New Zealand government would be in the position to sit as mediator because of its track record of being neutral on this issue, and also um, its track record of providing care for its people. It has shown its compassion during the time of the pandemic. So we could transform the intractable conflict at the South China Sea with a regional peace and development body that would discuss on sovereignty, respect, serious environmental protection, and mutual economic prosperity, with New Zealand, US, and India playing an active role. So my that's my initial take in this situation in the South China Sea. Peace must win here. Thank you so much.